Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew. Tonight we're going to talk about why Xbox is so good. So I literally just spent, I don't know, like 4 minutes doing like this intro and everything.
Why Xbox is so good.
I just did this whole intro like 4 minutes. Didn't even know I wasn't live. I thought I clicked the button. So basically, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and I appreciate it. So I had to go to a baby shower today for my grandbaby. Really was planning on getting on here a lot earlier than I am right now. Just kind of things went like way longer than I thought they were going to go. So I didn't really have a lot of time to plan for anything. So I just decided I wanted to go ahead and talk about Xbox and why it's so exciting now. All of the sudden after last generation, kind of coming out and hitting with a flop. So I have always been a PlayStation guy, like ever since the PlayStation 1. Never failed. Always bought a PlayStation, only bought Xboxes and Nintendos as basically like backup machines, to play whatever exclusives I wanted. Xbox One was the first generation that I was pretty much to the point where I was just like, I'm not even going to buy one this generation. I really had no desire to own an Xbox One last generation when they first came out. So basically when I did decide to finally buy one was because of gosh dang it. When I finally did decide to buy one, it was for Blizzard Mountain or Forza Horizon 3. What's up, Soy 2 Mangs? How you doing, man? I ended up buying one for that Blizzard Mountain because I really wanted to play that. So I went and I got an Xbox One and I was playing the Blizzard Mountain. I ended up buying Steep on the Xbox. A couple more games. I got like Gears of War 4 with it for free, and then For Honor. I ended up buying all 4 of those games, just because I wanted to have something on it to play. This is right before I went and got a 4K TV. So when I bought that 4K TV and then the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, I ended up picking that up. Actually, I bought the PS4 Pro before I even bought the Xbox One S. So I mean, there was already, like a difference gap between the Xbox One S and the PS4 Pro, but I was mainly happy, with the way that that everything was playing on the Xbox One. So fast forward, a year, and then the Xbox One X drops. So I end up buying the Xbox One X. I'd already bought like all that year's games, like Assassin's Creed Origins. I bought, Wolfenstein 2. All of them games, I already bought them all on the PlayStation 4 Pro, so I already had them all. But so I got my Xbox One X, and then all of those games, went on the they were all on sale, the end of year sale, like Black Friday sale or whatever. So I mean, they were about half price. So I just decided to pick all of those games up as well. And yeah, that right there started a chain reaction. When I put in I'd already beaten Assassin's Creed Origins on the PS4 Pro. So when I put it in on the Xbox One X, like the whole game was completely, like it looked way freaking better. So from that point on, I basically just started buying all of my third-party games on the Xbox One X, for like 3 years. And my PlayStation 4 basically just, and it sat there until an exclusive would come out. And I literally would go out of my way to buy every single exclusive that was on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I bought everything. I even bought Dreams. Okay. And still the only games that I would actually complete, were like the new Final Fantasy, just the other year, like last year or whatever, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2. I would basically go through and I would beat all these like days Days Gone, I really couldn't actually get into that and finish that game. So basically my PlayStation, and then we get to this generation now. Okay, so this generation, this is where everything starts to get a lot more exciting when it comes to Xbox versus the PlayStation 5. So I mean, we are going to do we are going to talk about PlayStation tonight as well, but I'm not going to bag on it or really talk down about the PlayStation, because the PlayStation 5 really is good, and it's designed to do exactly what it's supposed to do, what PlayStation intended for it to do, and they are doing that with the PlayStation 5. And that's just something that um, I've had to accept, and I've had to realize that, like as disappointed as I am sometimes with the PlayStation 5, like it is literally doing everything that PlayStation has always done, and it is delivering experiences that PlayStation has always tried to deliver, has always, has made a name for itself, and it's doing exactly what it is designed to do, and I'm okay with that for the most part. So, the reason why I feel Xbox is more exciting than the PlayStation 5 right now is because it's not Game Pass. Like, Game Pass is cool, like it's definitely a great value. Okay, Game Pass does play a little bit of role, but it's not completely Game Pass that is driving the excitement for Xbox. It's not Bethesda either. Like, I don't think that Bethesda purchase, because Bethesda, for me, like, I love Bethesda games and I play them and I usually buy, most of the stuff that they put out, but it's not even Bethesda that's really got me, excited for Xbox. The thing that has me most excited for Xbox is the marketing, guys. It really is the marketing, the approach to become more consumer friendly and more honest and open about what they're doing, how they're doing it, and why they're doing it. That right there, for me, like, I don't understand it. Just the market speak, the way they talk about the product, the way they engage the community. Yeah. Yeah, on fire. Yep. The way they engage the community and the way they have been doing their content releases and talking about it. Hey, Azu, how's it going, man? You too, JC. How you guys doing? Hey, Frog. It's the first time I got an Xbox console, and I'm really excited about the quality, even though I'm on PC. Yeah, exactly, guys. It's just Xbox has been doing everything right, and they've been saying all the right stuff. And believe it or not, guys, that really matters. And it really, like, for me, like, I'm a consumer, guys. I'm a gamer. I'm a consumer. I just want, I just want a good product. I just want to be entertained. I mean, like, games don't have to be like these freaking super long, mind-blowing experiences. As long as they entertain me for a little while, like, I'm good with that. I don't want to go watch movies anymore. I don't care about what Hollywood has got going on. I don't, dude. I gave up on TV and shows and all of that stuff a long time ago. I'm getting older, so I'm not really, I mean, I'm still pretty active. I go to work and I'm active at work and stuff, but my main hobby, my main thing is coming home and being able to play games and explore new and go on new adventures, new worlds. I want to be that's what I mean it might sound weird, but that's what I want to do, guys. I want to be able to experience I want to be able to experience these works of art to the best, in the best way I can. Series X is my first dedicated Xbox too. Been on PC since. Yep. Welcome to the show, MB. Did you see Microsoft made it so the app developers get to keep 100% of their money for PC apps in the Microsoft Store? Yeah, that is pretty cool. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, Xbox, the way that Xbox is going about this is going to save console gaming for the future. It's going to propel console gaming to a new level that we've never seen before. Because now, if you buy your Xbox, say you buy your Xbox Series S, okay, you go home, you set it up. I mean, it's digital, whatever, you know. You sign up for Game Pass, you get your Game Pass subscription, you get your gold, and then you get Xcloud with that, okay. Everybody has a freaking cell phone, okay, and you can play your games on your cell phone just like you could play on a Nintendo Switch, streaming them. It definitely is going to depend on how good your quality of internet service is, for your phone, if you got like 4G, 5G, whatever. But 5G is going to finally pick up and be really good. Like, I mean, I've went, to the place where the 5G is here in my state, and it is fast. I mean, it's ridiculously fast. So as soon as we have that technology more widespread, I mean, we've got the next, 6-7 years for this generation. And the way I see it is Xcloud is definitely going to start playing more of a major role in pushing just the fact that you can take a full Xbox game experience on the go with you on a phone. Is pretty mind-blowing. Like, I mean, there's still some things, like with latency and stuff they're going to have to work out. I mean, that's just a given, in games, 12%, which is still competitive alongside EGS against the 30% standard. Yeah, I mean, I did hear about the 12% thing. I thought that they were going to start doing the 12% thing with games that they put on Game Pass, so that they're only taking like 12% of revenue. If the game goes on Game Pass, then they don't. I'm thinking they might actually start doing that with the Xbox store as well. What was the rapping game on PlayStation? Oh, Rapper the Rapper. Rapper the Rapper or whatever. Yeah. I just feel like my appreciation for Xbox goes, their ability and their desire to enhance my backward compatible games in a way that will bring them forward with my next, console and stuff. Because last generation, I'm not even going to lie, guys, when we went from 360 to Xbox One and PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, for the most part, I was pretty content with leaving those games in the past. But I've kind of always been that way, because I've always been in that PlayStation mindset where the past doesn't matter anymore. The future is better. Let's move forward. And that's always been their kind of mantra, I mean, they usually do support for about a year after, but then, everything is just, moved forward to the new generation. But seeing as these new games, they take longer and cost more to make, I just don't see that as being a viable option. And, I mean, PlayStation has pretty much screwed up a lot on their marketing this generation. What's up, Black Log Vault? Rog, when you get a PC, will you get Microsoft games or Xbox or PC? I don't know yet. I cannot answer that question yet, because I don't really know. I mean, I'm probably going to keep my my console games and stuff, on the console, and then I will, like I was saying, most of the stuff that I'm going to play on PC is mostly going to be games that I can't get on console, and racing sims. Racing sims are probably going to be where I spend most of my time on the PC, because I want to be able to grow that as far as I can. And there's a lot of other stuff out there, because I mean, like, games like Forza and Gran Turismo are really great. I mean, they are really fun. They're very entertaining. But once I started playing Assetto Corsa Competizione, like, that changed everything for me. That experience changed everything for me. And now I yearn to play, more games that are more realistic and have a more well-rounded experience, with the performance that I need to actually, I need better performance to be able to push those experiences even harder. I do want, I want the maximum clarity I can get when it comes to resolution. I want the maximum fidelity that I can get in my visuals. I want the best, physics processing that I can get when it comes to those, because just the way that the cars feel on Assetto Corsa Competizione compared to like Forza, Project Cars 2 comes the closest to replicating that, but both both Gran Turismo Sport and Forza 7 do definitely fall short when it comes to when it comes to the feeling I get from Assetto Corsa Competizione. Like that is above and beyond. Like it feels far more natural than any of those. I mean, everything else just seems, kind of like gamey. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely something that I want to explore, and I'm willing to put forth the money to buy a beefy PC to experience the best I can get when it comes to sim racing, if that makes sense. Phil is a gamer and Jim Ryan is not. He is just another suit, and that's a big part of the issue. JC, I firmly believe, hey Game Punisher, how you doing, man? I firmly believe that Jim Ryan was brought into PlayStation to expand PlayStation toward PC. So if you're a PC gamer, or you're somebody that wants to be able to play PlayStation exclusives on PC, Jim Ryan is exactly what PlayStation needs to expand, because they can only sell so many PlayStations. And if, like, God of War was one of their best-selling games last generation, and now it hit like 20 million copies. So a lot more people play games on PCs, and a lot more people have PCs. So that's going to increase their revenue a lot. And Jim Ryan is the exact perfect person for PlayStation at this time of expansion into new markets. So I mean, at first, I kind of felt like Jim Ryan was just kind of, the only thing I don't like about PlayStation right now, for the most part, is the PR. Like, the PR right now is all over the place. They keep making mistake after mistake after mistake. Sean Layden and, all the other guys from before, they were far better at treading that careful line than, like you said, Phil Spencer. He's definitely a gamer, and he knows how to talk to us and communicate. Whereas Jim Ryan is like, hey man, we already know PlayStation's a Ferrari. We're going to let the games do the talking. And while you guys are talking about the games, I'm going to start selling them on the PC. You guys have a good day, man. Enjoy those PlayStation games. That's exactly the kind of attitude that Jim Ryan has, and that's not a bad thing, because PlayStation does make some pretty freaking amazing experiences that deserve to be in more gamers' hands. And if they need to get those games into people's hands, they need to get them on PC as soon as possible. Azu Games, when he gets a PC, he doesn't have to choose. To be honest, he can play on it, and on the console, since they share the library of Game Pass. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I really don't want to experience, Azu, I don't really want to experience games that are gonna that I play on my console on the PC, because I'm a graphics whore, guys. If everything looks and runs better on the PC, then I'm not gonna then who knows? I might stop caring about my my consoles, and I don't want to be that way, because I don't know, maybe that's just time for me to grow up and get a PC and stop worrying about consoles and start worrying about PC. But I don't want to change that. I mean, seriously, the only reason I want a PC is for my sim racing games, and for, for my channel, so that I can, be able to create content and edit that content, and to be able to produce, better to produce, yeah. Sorry, to produce better freaking content, using a more powerful PC. That's mainly the reason I want the PC. I don't want to have it all clogged up with a bunch of games and stuff. I want to be able to use. I want the PC mainly for the channel, but also for the sim racing. I like my consoles, to be. I don't want to have to sit and fumble through. Settings and all kinds of stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys have told me that the GeForce Now will basically just set everything up for me to the best of its ability and stuff like that. And I'm really hoping that works. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm kind of nervous about going to PC gaming, because I I know I can learn like the software and all of that stuff. I can learn how to do all of that stuff, I mean, but I just I want to be able to just sit down and play stuff, and I don't want to have to deal with all the the technical stuff, when I every time I get a new game. And if they do have a more seamless experience, coming with like Windows 11 and stuff like that, then maybe, I mean, that'll be pretty good. I'll be happy with that. But as it sits right now, yeah, dude, I'm like really looking forward to. Oh no, I'm really looking forward to playing some sim racing games on the PC. Okay, so Game Punisher, greetings, Frog. Sorry I missed yesterday. No, you're good, man. Appreciate you coming today. Since I wasn't here, I didn't get to ask you if you tried Gears 1. I did download it, dude. It's freaking beautiful. I I was playing it the other night after I downloaded it. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the way it feels. So I'm gonna definitely. I feel like it's had a remake, or not a remake, but a remaster. Is it like a remastered version of it? the one I downloaded, it feels like it's a remastered version. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I was playing it the other night. You guys know what else I bought the other night right after you told me to get that? I was going through the store and I found Midnight Club Complete Edition, Midnight Club 3. So I bought that too. And dude, that shit holds up really freaking well on the backwards compatible on the Xbox Series. I was like, wow, dude, I was blown away. I started getting all nostalgic and everything. I was like, whoa, man, I remember when this freaking game came out. And I bought it and I was like, holy crap, this was so good. I mean, let's face it, multiplats come on, and right now Sony is just a castle that has to fall, because don't tell me that you experience cinematic experiences games like Sony says it has. On an underpowered, soon to be overshadowed in some years machine. Yeah, that's true. I mean, guys, I mean, I'm a curious person, so I'm gonna slip up and I'm gonna play something else on that PC once I get it. You know what I mean? Like it's bound to happen. So I'm pretty sure eventually that will. I'm pretty sure it's going to change probably during this generation. That I'm going to be more that I might start gaming, a lot more on a PC and stuff. But as it sits right now, like I'm pretty committed to my console gaming experience. So yeah, they had to build it again from the ground up. They kept it faithful to the original, but they added better graphics and frame rate. Yep, okay, that's definitely what I noticed. It definitely looks a lot better. Like Marcus looks so much more clean and crisp and everything. Like I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play it. The shooting feels a lot better. It feels like because I remember the first time I ever played Gears 1, I didn't like the shooting. It just felt like it was all over the place. But now it feels so much more direct. It feels a lot better. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to play Gears 1. Unrealistic terms, Microsoft has a more powerful console. Yeah, I mean the Xbox Series X is definitely more powerful, and I like that. I like that Microsoft, gave us some pretty powerful, console. And to be completely honest, I know it's an APU, but the cooling solution in the Xbox Series X and the bigger power supply for it, it's definitely going to be able to push that APU a lot harder than any laptop is going to push that APU. So I would say that these new consoles are somewhere in between laptop power and full desktop power. I feel like we haven't scratched the surface. I feel like they've definitely built that machine to definitely push something a little bit harder than what a laptop is ever going to be able to push it at. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I mean, like, dude, this Fidelity FX super resolution is going to work on last gen consoles. Like, they can continue supporting these games or supporting those consoles a lot longer than. Like, could you imagine like some of those developers going back and adding Fidelity FX super resolution into Xbox One games and PlayStation 4 games and bringing those up to, like bringing them up from like 540p to 1080p at 60 frames a second. Like that would be freaking pretty cool but that's going to take developer support. I don't think that developers are really that interested in going that far back to enhance an experience. I think I challenge them to do that. I would love to see them go back and use this technology to make a better experience for the people that bought these games. I mean, that would be pretty freaking cool. Any changes in graphics? I think a big part. All right, but they have seen the future. They cannot compete with having to take a new model every year. Sony thinks that their console is going to be considered powerful in 2 years. Fact is, you cannot notice. Yeah, that's very true. Game Punisher. I think a big part of the reason Gears feels better and tighter aiming is because the Xbox One, Xbox Series S controller is improved over. That might make sense. I freaking hated the way it felt back in the day on the 360. I did not like the shooting. Like everything was kind of cool. And I mean, that come out around the time Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter came out, like they both kind of have that duck down and run type deal. I kind of went that way with the Ghost Recon game, was playing that a lot more than I was playing that Gears. Like I do like Gears. I like the idea of it and everything. But I mean, the shooting in that just never felt good to me. And like I said, back then I was more of a PlayStation guy than, really caring about Xbox and stuff. Any changes in graphics? I don't know. What's your YouTube setup like? What camera and software you use? So, I basically have a Nexago webcam that I'm using right now. I mean, it's pretty good. It does like 1080p. It doesn't do 1080p on this the StreamYard that I do. It's only 720p or whatever, because that's the max they'll let me do unless I pay them like $40 a month to use it, which is ridiculous. And then I'm using a laptop, with when I bought it, the guy told me that the MX350 NVIDIA graphics card was equivalent to a 1080 or a 1050 or whatever. And that's why I bought it. But I just don't know if I feel like it is that powerful. I mean, I paid $700 for this Asus laptop. So I don't know. This was basically the best I could get at Best Buy at the time, to be completely honest with you. And I wanted something that had a graphics card in it. And it has a Ryzen 5. It has a Ryzen 5, CPU. So, I mean, I should have got, I was trying to try. I would have liked to get something with like a Ryzen 7 and like at least a 1650 graphics card for this laptop. But that was about all I could find, JC. Yeah, it came out around then. Yeah, I remember playing both of those games, and like I remember playing the Ghost Recon more. I know my kids really got into the whole Gears of War thing because they were more Xbox, and I was always more PlayStation. So I would just come in and sit down and play it a little bit with them and stuff. But I would always mostly game on the PlayStation. I think I was playing Infamous 2 at the time or something, or gosh, what the freak was out back then when that came out? I had the Advanced Warfare on the PlayStation. I just remember both of those games basically having that same duck down and run type deal. Like, it was so cool back then. Like, when I first saw that, I mean, I was like, whoa, man, that looks so badass. Like, everything just felt like so much more intense and more gritty and shit. And now when you go back and you play that stuff, it kind of looks a little rough, I mean, actually Gears of War 1, now that it's like 4K and everything, it looks pretty freaking good. Like, I'm pretty happy with the overall the visual thing. I actually bought that Far Cry 3 too. I guess it was upgraded or whatever, or updated Far Cry 3 for last gen machines. I bought that. It was like $2.99. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up. And then I got that Midnight Club, and dude, I'm blown away. I can't believe how freaking well that game holds up. Like, Rockstar's been freaking pretty amazing for a long time. For their game to still hold up that good, That's what I don't understand about freaking Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox Series X. Like it does not look that great, guys. I'm like, oh gosh, man, that is pretty rough. But then I turn that on, and it takes me right back to that day, like when it came out, when I first bought it, because I actually did buy that on the Xbox 360, because me and my best friend, we were playing that a lot. Like that game was so freaking cool. It was. And then we got the dub edition, and that was even better because, dude, the sheer amount of stuff you could do with the cars in oh my gosh, now I'm losing my freaking train of thought. That you could do with that game was freaking amazing. Like you could do so much, and it just felt so good at the time. I really wish they would make another Midnight Club for the next gen consoles. Yeah, dude, I really think they should bring that franchise back, and I feel like they should do it like soon. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. I'd probably rather have a new Midnight Club for the next gen consoles over a Grand Theft Auto 6, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'll live with the Grand Theft Auto 5 for another 10 years or whatever after it gets updated. If they just give me another Midnight Club, I would be completely happy with that. Because that game had pretty good story. I mean, like I don't know, man. I just went to Nostalgiaville the other night because I started playing that, and then I started playing the Gears of War 1 again, and I was like, gosh dang, dude, these things, like there's been so many freaking good experiences. They should just incorporate Midnight Club into Grand Theft Auto. NB, you would think that would be possible, but car manufacturers will not give licenses for games like GTA 6 or Watch Dogs or any of that. So basically, Midnight Club could not exist with Grand Theft Auto just because of the fact that they don't want the crime and stuff or whatever. GTA 6 doesn't exist. Yeah, it doesn't exist. I would much rather them spend their time making a Midnight Club 3. Honestly, to tell you the truth, with all the illegal street racing, that's probably why we haven't seen another. That's probably why we haven't seen that. What's up, Almighty Justin? I do like Need for Speed, but I am really getting a little burnout, especially after Need for Speed Heat. I was pretty irritated with that game because they told us they were going to support it like a live service, and then they dropped GTA 6 is a Zoom call, and then they dropped support for it pretty quick. GTA has gotten stale. I want them to try something new, but it may end up like Saints Row. Yeah, Saints Row, I bought that remastered one for and it's got like the new upgrade and stuff, and gosh, dude, I can't get into that stuff, man. I don't really care about like running around and breaking the freaking law, guys. I don't like that stuff. Doesn't sound good to me, like the Mafia, the first one that they remade like recently, like that game was freaking cool. Okay. I like that story content and the realism and stuff like I like that. I thought that was pretty good. I actually sat right through that game and finished it. But Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row, I have never finished either one of those games, any of them, and I've bought every one of them, and I get so burnt out with them pretty quick that yeah, I mean, like I literally bought Grand Theft Auto 5 for the graphics, I think, in the open world, just so I could. My favorite pastime in Grand Theft Auto 5 was going and getting a mountain bike, going up to the top of the mountains and mountain biking down those mountains, dude. I mean, seriously, that's what I mainly did on Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 4. I just used it for that. Saints Row 1 and 2 was way better. Yeah, I never really played I mean, I did buy them for the kids, but I never really played Saints Row 1 and 2. Saints Row 3 and what was it, Gat Out of Hell, that one I could only play that one for like 10 minutes. I was over that. GTA used to be a lot crazy like Saints Row. Then GTA 4 happened. GTA 4 was probably my favorite one, but I still could never finish that. I did like it, but I could just never finish it. Midnight Club LA Remix is my favorite. Their driving system is different than every other car racing. Exactly. When I started playing this, the other night. Oh my gosh, man, it brought me right back. Like I like the way the cars handle. And I remember like that game used to be so frustrating when you would play that. But I mean, the clarity that I was getting on my Series X the other night when I turned it on, oh my freaking gosh, dude, it just feels so much better. It looks a lot better. Like I'm pretty happy. And you know what the funny thing is it actually has cockpit cam, dude. It actually has a cockpit freaking camera that you can drive. And I didn't realize that, because that was back when I would refuse to play in cockpit cam. But I'm so happy it has one, because it looks pretty good. GTA 4 happened and Saints Row 3 happened. Pure garbage. Neither have been the same since. You didn't like GTA 4? That was like one of my favorite ones, actually. I just liked the way it looked. You know, like when you jump off a jump and the tires would kind of like bend in. I thought there was, you know, what game is really good is that it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. It's the one in China. What's that one? I just bought another copy of it the other day. It was supposed to be a true crimes game. Gosh dang it, I'll remember it eventually. Maybe you guys will remember it. I hated the stock market crap in GTA 5. Yeah, I didn't even know there was. Oh yeah, I did know about the stock market thing. I never did anything with it. Like I said, mountain biking up at the top of the mountains. Once I found that, I was set. That's all I ever did in that game again. GTA 4 was my favorite. Can't remember how many times I beat the game. Yeah, I never beat it once, but I did play that one a lot for a while. GTA went full serious, and Saints Row completely crazy. Yeah, I really miss the old GTA. I remember the third one. That one was really cool. Like GTA 3 when it first came out on PlayStation 2. Like I was kind of into that, and then, you know, I think they were making those games so fast back then, and you know, like on the PlayStation 2 we had like what 3 or 4 of them on PlayStation 2, and then on PlayStation 3 we had the 2 games, and then PlayStation 4 we literally only had one of the ones that were remade on it. Like you guys realize we didn't get any new Grand Theft Autos last generation. Like it's literally the whole generation that we haven't. I can't believe that. GTA 2, the best. Was it GTA 2 or was it GTA 3 that first came out in 3D? I thought it was 3. I could have sworn it was 3. You know, I mean, there have just been so many good games, and then when you look back at everything, like how corny it was, like back then, like they were good experiences and like they stick with you and stuff. But now looking back, like everything in all of those games, GTA 3 was the first 3GTA. What about Ridge Racer? Oh yeah, dude, I loved Ridge Racer back in the day. I thought that game was pretty freaking cool. I liked playing that. I liked doing the drifting and stuff in that. I'm definitely a lot more sim racing now than I am. But GTA Vice City was the best. I did like Vice City, but I didn't like I don't think I liked the open world of Vice City. I didn't play the story on that one, guys. Like I said, like my experience with GTA, like I like the idea of the games, but then when I start playing them and it's just all like crime and stuff like that, I don't know, man. It was hard for me to get into that kind of stuff, man. And the humor and stuff like that. I mean, it was cool back then, but I've never went out of my way to actually finish Saints Row game. I did finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, that one was, yeah, it was the Miami one, the one that was supposed to be like in Florida or whatever. What wasn't the guy's name, Vince or something? Like I did play it, but I didn't really, gosh, I don't know, man. Like me personally, I've never really cared that much about the GTA games. I did like them, but Vice City Stories on PSP. Yeah, you know what? I didn't ever buy that one. I like the era. Yeah. What was that supposed to be, like 80s? I think it was 80s, wasn't it? 80s 80s Miami. And that's another thing that kind of always threw me off with the Grand Theft Autos. I think the Grand Theft Auto 5 is the newest one, that in the newest era or whatever. If I no, GTA 4 was kind of. I think GTA 4 was more like 80s and 90s too, wasn't it? Time for a GTA Fargo equivalent. Yeah. I have Vice City on my phone. I play that game. I still play it. Oh, and it's Tommy. That's right, Tommy. Why did I think it was Vince, man? I don't know. See, GTA 5 is a cash cow. Like I'm gonna buy it again just because like they're gonna revamp the graphics, and I want to ride the mountain bike down the hill in better graphics, guys. I'm sorry, but I do. Sorry to make you guys have to wait through another freaking release for the next game. I'm doing it. I'm buying it. I'm giving them more money. Maybe they'll just give us a free upgrade, dude. That'd be kind of cool. Since they went online, I expect them to PS6 also. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think they should just make the GTA Online thing separate from the game. We need a remaster of San Andreas. You know, honestly, they should remaster like 3 of those games or remake 3 of them and bring them up to date. That would probably be a better. I mean, they've already got the stories and everything, so it would probably be easier for them to do that. The online mode is what matters now for all. Yeah, then they need to expand it. They need to expand the map. They need to expand the world. They need to bring new stuff into it. You know, maybe eras from, because I don't think that GTA 5 is the first one to use is it San Andreas in 5? It's it's a California map. So I mean, couldn't they just remaster San Andreas or bring San Andreas stuff to that game? They don't have the money. They don't have to. The money keeps rolling in. Yeah, exactly. Just keep buying it, and keep buying it, and keep buying it. Like I don't see why not. I mean, it's I don't know, guys. Like sometimes I struggle with that. You know, I play these games and then I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I really want an upgrade, and then I don't play them, you know, that much after they get an upgrade. So I don't know, man. I always just want new stuff, and I want to be able to go back to that old stuff, you know, when I feel like it, you know what I mean? Like I do get around to going back to a lot of games, but I don't know, man. I'm always front and center for new stuff. Like new stuff comes up, I'm right there. I'm front and center for that. But old stuff, it's like one of those things. Well, yeah, I do want a new Red Dead 3 eventually. But I think we're probably going to get a GTA 6 far before that comes out. I want a new Tenchu just as much as you do, but I think you're going to have to just play Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I want something like more stealthy. I mean, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is good. It's great. I mean, it does kind of give that. It kind of does fill that itch for Tenchu. But then at the same time, like Tenchu is one of those games that you could go through and like beat without all the hard stuff. But I bought Red Dead 2 in January, but haven't played it. It's daunting. Dude, that game, after about the 30-hour mark in Red Dead Redemption 2, I was like, come on, let it finish. I tried so free. I mean, I ended up getting through that game in about 45 to maybe 50 hours, but my goodness. Yeah, Sekiro is not Tenchu. Tenchu, you're right. It is a spiritual successor of it. Sekiro was supposed to be a new Tenchu. It was supposed to be a reboot, but then they just changed it and went to Sekiro, because From Software is the ones that did Tenchu in the first place, if I remember correctly. Ghost of Tsushima is like Tenchu a little. Yeah, I do kind of like how that feels. I mean, that's probably how I would imagine Tenchu as an open world game, but I feel like Tenchu would have more of a like more of the building structure that used to be in the Tenchu games, you know, like Origami, I think it's called. I saw it on Xbox E3. It looks like a Tenchu. No, Origami's a little bit different. It is coming to Game Pass here pretty soon, like in September or whatever. Play Origami 1 and you'll see it's like one of those things you kind of have to like stick to the shadows. If you're out in the light, then you lose or whatever. And it is cell shaded. Yeah, that is true. I did play that first Origami because I thought that exact same thing about it, you know, it being like a Tenchu successor, but it did not give me that. It didn't fulfill that that feeling for me. I don't know if Origami 2 is going to be any better, but it is definitely worth checking out because it will be on Game Pass, so we'll get to try that. Well, at least the remastered Spyro is good. Yeah, that's true. That definitely looks a lot better now. Joe Kling, what's up, my friend? What's in the vape you're always hitting? I have Peach Pear from Juicehead. I don't know if you can see that. Damn light is in the way. That Peach Pear. It's pretty good, man. I like it. It never loses its flavor. I hate Juicehead. Oh, that's up, games. How can you hate Juicehead, man? It's freaking amazing. I like Juicehead because it keeps a consistent flavor. At least this one does. I've tried a couple of the other ones. I don't really like the other ones that they have, but this one here seems Tenchu Stealth Assassin's best one by far. Yeah. I like Wrath of Heaven personally because I like the better visuals and the world design. Tenchu Z was all right for the most part. I would like them to remake the first two games, like completely remake the first two games. I like Tenchu 2. That one was pretty cool. Wish they would remake that one. Yeah. By the way, Scarlet Nexus is awesome. Yes, it is, dude. I freaking love it. I was if I wasn't at that baby shower all day today, I would have kept playing it. But I told you guys I was going to get back on tonight, and did not want to disappoint anyone. So I'm going to just play all day tomorrow. I'm probably going to try to stay up again as late as I can tonight and play it, and then play all day tomorrow as well when I wake up. It's a prequel, I think. Yeah, the Tenchu 2 was a prequel. That is true. They're both Rikimaru and Ayami are both younger in that one. And that was the one they put in day missions too, because everything in Tenchu 1 was all night missions, and then Tenchu 2 brought in the day missions. So that was I like Tenchu 2. I like both of them. They also had that one other ninja game out around that time too. It was like a brawler type deal. Not a brawler, but like a yeah, I mean that one was kind of cool, but it's really harsh in a rebuildable because you get more Cloud. I prefer like Sad Boy, Cloud Nerds, Candy King. Oh yeah. Hey Felix, how's it going, man? Yeah, I haven't tried any of those ones like the Cloud Nerds or the Candy King or Sad Boy. I like Tatsumaru. Yeah, Tatsumaru was pretty cool, man. Rikimaru, he was my favorite, but I did like Tatsumaru because didn't Tatsumaru have the double-handed? The traitor. Yeah. Huh. Onikaga. I remember fighting that. Dude, that dude was so freaking hard, man. Back in the day, like I had such a hard time with that guy, but I finally beat him. I like that Tenchu Wrath of Heaven, man. I still remember, like, I thought it was so cool that you could like grappling hook up to the ceiling and like hang on the ceiling, you know. I used to think that was so cool, setting up all my stuff, you know, before my missions. I really wish they would remake all three of those games with new visuals and stuff for this new generation. I think that would be so good if they would just do like those first three games, remake them. I don't know. I mean, I guess they just don't see any money in, you know, doing that for us. But I mean, it's like a lot of us would buy that stuff. A lot of us were, you know, pretty sad when they quit making those kind of games. A lot of things changed in the 360 PlayStation 3 generation toward the end. If you noticed, last generation we stopped getting a lot of single player content like we used to get on PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. Last generation, we stopped getting a lot. Games for fun. Just dropped in to say hi. Need to keep phone open, advising on emergency situation later. Oh, you're good, my friend. Have fun, dude. I'd buy the damn collector's edition. Yeah, I think a lot of us would. Yeah, I wish Microsoft would fund Tenchu, remake or remaster. That'd be freaking cool, man. Like, I want more of these games to get remade. I'm definitely more than willing to pay for those games if they got remade. I mean, I'm talking like Resident Evil 2 remakes. You know what I mean? Like, I want like quality remakes of these games. Maybe even add on, some new areas or some new missions in the Tenchu games. That would be pretty good. Even if the first two games, if they just remade them like they did the Tony Hawk the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Pro Skater games, I'd be happy with that. 360 PS3 generation weren't afraid of just being single player games. Now it seems as a huge profit loss risk. Yeah, exactly. It's getting harder to make those single player games because us as the gamers, we're demanding longer, better games. Exactly. What we really need is a freaking good Castlevania game, dude. I want a 2D Castlevania. I think a 2D Castlevania with 3D boss fights would be freaking amazing. I would buy that, no problem. I just want a bigger map to explore. You know what I mean? Like, I want the castle and the grounds and like the city leading up to it, like the catacombs and like everything just to be like really massive, like a lot of exploring, a lot of secrets and stuff like that. I want to be able to spend 50 hours, in a 2D Castlevania experience where all the boss fights are 3D and designed by From Software. I think that would make any Castlevania like amazing. I mean, they could do like a 3D Castlevania, but I would like to explore 2D and then have the boss fights be 3D with like really high quality cutscenes and stuff like that. I think that would be a masterpiece. I think a lot of people would love that. No, I mean, I do have Bloodstained. I'm talking like when you get there, the map, turns from 2D into a 3D perspective, a Symphony of Night style. Yeah, I've definitely played. I have Bloodstained. I bought that right when it came out. Yeah, it plays a lot like Symphony of the Night, and I like that. Like, I really do. I think it's a pretty good game. I bought that right when it came out. I was actually waiting for it. I was going to back the Kickstarter on that, but then I never do the Kickstarter thing. I'd just rather buy the game right when it comes out and play it. I don't know. I mean, I guess if they said they were going to do like a Tenchu 1 through 3 remake with a Kickstarter, I'd go for that. I bought Shenmue 3, right when that came out, and I still haven't completed that. I should probably just play through that. I don't know. I buy all these damn games, they hit my backlog, and then I get like depressed because I don't play them. There's always that one little nitpick that comes up on some of this stuff, and then I quit playing it. Yeah, I don't know. What's missing for a lot of years? Splinter Cell. A lot of stuff is missing for a lot of years. Like, we've been starved for our single player experiences. Hey, Soulstar, how's it going, man? A gosh damn Indiana Jones game. Yeah, we're getting an Indiana Jones game, man. Xbox is bringing that to us, courtesy of Machine Games, which is going to be interesting. What do you guys think, though? Do you think you want that Indiana Jones game third person, or do you want it first person? I don't want it first person, especially with the fact that we're going to have to do like, I don't know if I want it third person. I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I definitely want the new Indiana Jones to be a third person experience. I want more third person experiences. I do like first person. You do want first person for sure, assuming I want third person. I would honestly be okay if you could switch, pick which one you want. I think that all first person shooters nowadays should come out with the ability to pick, well, all first person story driven games, campaigns should be able to choose between first and third person. But when it comes to multiplayer, it's got to be one or the other for shooting games, because I could see how, if you're in third person, you would have the drop. You would have it would be a little unfair. My money is on indie being third person game to compete with Uncharted and other Sony games. I would love that, but we're talking about machine games, and they're Meatloaf. What's up, buddy? Don't judge a game before it comes. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not judging it. I'm just saying that for me, my preference would be third person camera for an Indiana Jones game. Maybe the copy of Indiana Jones that isn't drinking. Yeah. And Tomb Raider, like both Tomb Raider and freaking Uncharted are basically Indiana Jones inspired games. James Bond was first person, hence all other games should be. Yeah. That James Bond, like 007, are we talking about 007 GoldenEye from the 64 generation? I wasn't really able to start playing first person games until we got to the PlayStation 3 generation. Yeah, 64. I don't know, man. I don't want them to be I don't want every experience to be first person, but I do want some of them to definitely start doing, more of a selection, to where you can pick both third or first. Hope the new Indiana game goes woke and they make him a female and look as ugly as Willem Dafoe. Oh man, yeah, definitely. I don't know. I'm hoping the Xbox doesn't go all freaking woke like everyone else. I mean, like I kind of get where like, I do kind of get where the whole like woke community is coming from, but I mean, it's like now it's just like a bunch of crying about shit. They act like it's so bad here in America, and it's really not freaking bad here in America. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not too bad, I don't think, but I live in a pretty I live in Utah, and it doesn't seem too horrible here, and I mean, I got tattoos all up and down my arms and stuff, and like this is like the Mormon capital of the freaking of America. So I don't know, man. Like, if I can survive here, I'm pretty sure it's not too bad. It was weird back then. Nintendo had the strangest controllers for a long. Yeah, they did. Oh my gosh, that 64 controller. I did like the joystick, and I don't know, man. I kind of liked it, but then I kind of hated it, to tell you the truth. Go woke so I can go broke. I just got that today. I finally got my Switch controller. This is the best Nintendo controller I've ever seen in my life, or I've ever played with. Whoa, do not turn on, buddy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was playing a little bit of Monster Hunter Rise while I was waiting for this to. Oh, I was waiting to go on with my new controller. Yeah, dude, this right here, this 69 or $59 on Amazon. I called my local GameStop, which is 2 blocks away, and they wanted $79.99 for it. And I was like, dude, I'm not paying a $20 freaking convenience fee. You could tell your upper management that they just lost another sale to Amazon because you guys wanted freaking $20 more than Amazon. I don't understand that. That's like stupid. Why are they doing that? Sony is in a good path of going. Yeah, dude, they're definitely starting to put out some. I don't know, man. I think I've had my fill of woke games, to tell you the truth. I mean, if more games come out that I'm interested in, and I want to play them, dude, if they keep bringing all this woke stuff out, man, I think I'm gonna have my fill with it pretty quickly. Um, I know that most of these Sony developers are starting to lean that way. 64 controller, two hands, three handles. What's the problem? Yeah, exactly, dude. I never got that. Nintendo's weird though, man. Those guys over there like come up with some interesting stuff. Yet, not. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, they do. I mean, it is crazy. They do come up with some good stuff, and then they come up with some weird freaking stuff. Like these Joy Cons are so freaking annoying, man. With that stick drift crap. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna buy any more Joy Cons. If I get stick drift on that Pro controller, dude, I'm gonna be so freaking mad. Like I'm gonna be really mad. But I mean, it feels pretty good. It says I can hook it to my Switch like that for the charging dock, huh? I don't know. Is that really a freaking? Oh, there is a USB thing on the side of it. All right, I don't have to plug it into this. Let me switch that over. There we go. Much better. Much better. And whatever sticks. Oh wait, they got a little ahead of me. They tried Nintendo that. Whatever sticks. Oh. Smart business will price match Amazon. GameStop is flying towards bankruptcy. Yeah, dude, they're freaking stupid. I can't believe that. I told them I was like $20. I'm not paying a $20 freaking convenience fee, man, just to be able to drive my car over there. I'll just have Amazon deliver it for free for $59.99. Thoughts on the importance of games like the next Persona and next Dragon Quest to come to Xbox or maybe Game Pass? I think it'd be important if they want to get into the Japan market. Yeah, dude, I do think that Microsoft should continue to push for JRPG and stuff to come to the Xbox platform. Especially with Xbox now going to hold the crown again for Western RPG. Yeah, they definitely need more JRPG. It will really help them to get into the. Hey, Dr. Rasheza, how's it going, man? Hello, Kojima plus Xbox. I don't know, man. I'm gonna circle back to that in just 1 second. Yeah, I do think the JRPG needs to keep coming to Xbox, and I do think they need to be able to push that in Japan. It definitely will help them. If they can get a pretty good sizable foothold in Japan with the Xbox Series S or even the X, I think this generation is the generation they're going to do a lot more good with it. The Nintendo 64 controller was trying to ease people into third joystick. It was a big change from the 2D pad. Yeah, I definitely did like that because that was the first pad that had the joystick. To be completely honest, no, it wasn't the first one. I mean, like you had stuff like Atari or whatever that came out with a joystick and a button, but that was the first time that they started bringing that because the DualShock, what was it? The DualShock 2 came out a little bit after that, I believe. I don't remember. I don't think it came out first. I think it came out right after that. So I just gave up on the Switch. Feels like I was peer pressured into buying it. The screen is too small. The controls suck, and performance is trash. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I don't personally like the Joy Cons. I think they are trash. But I do want to play the I do want to play this Monster Hunter Rise, and I don't think it's coming to Xbox or anything anytime soon. PlayStation ended. No, they haven't enabled the SSD bay yet. That really freaking sucks, Meatloaf. Okay, Dr. Rishazo, Hideo Kojima, and Xbox. I'm hearing a lot of stuff about that too. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a rumor, man. We don't know anything. Just like it was a rumor about Abandon being a Hideo Kojima thing. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, they're going to tell us eventually. I don't know about getting hyped up about something like that because I mean it's good to hope for it and stuff like that, but to get hyped for it, I don't know, man. I mean, it's definitely a possibility, and I think that if it does happen, we will know something, shortly. But I'm probably just gonna hold my reserve until that we actually hear something official about it. I'm not really gonna speculate on Kojima and what he's doing. I know that it's pretty tough there, and right now he's working to get out the Death Stranding director's cut. So I would probably wait until closer to when that's finally announced and when it comes out, because that has been announced, but we haven't gotten a release date yet. So I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy can work simultaneously, but I want to see that and then hear from him what he's got going on. July 8th, Meatloaf. That's when they're talking about coming out with the PlayStation State of Play or whatever they're going to do. The expansions, SSD. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I really would hope they. From what I remember, from what I've gathered, from the whole PlayStation thing, is that they are asking people to join up to try the newest the next another PlayStation update that they're trying to work on. And I don't know. I think with Phil in charge, Japan market will not give up on as easily as it was before. Yeah, that's definitely true. Phil Spencer is definitely on that. Okay. What you mean to plug an SSD into a PS5? No, I mean you can plug one into it, but there's summer show and they promised SSD expansion this summer, so I don't remember them ever promising expansion this summer. The only thing I've heard about that is a Bloomberg article saying that information has been leaked that it will be coming out in the summer. PlayStation has not officially said at all that the PlayStation that the storage will be expanded in the summer. And you know what, dude? To tell you the truth about Bloomberg, all of their shit's been coming up, not real lately. I mean, they've told us 5 times that the Switch Pro is going to come out, and here we are 5 times. We haven't heard nothing about a Switch. But they also tell us that global warming is going to freaking rise the sea levels. So I don't know. I don't know what to believe when it comes to media sites anymore, man. They get a lot wrong, and yeah. So yeah, no confirmation from PlayStation that SSD support is coming. The SSD expansion is coming this summer. There has been zero PlayStation confirmation from that. We have only had third-party rumor, or not rumor, but speculation from a news source by USB connection. I think Sony lies a lot. I think they market speak a lot now lately. No internal NVMe slot. Yeah, they should. I don't know for extra space. I don't know when they're going to open that up. I've seen Game Pass ad pamphlets in Japan, and they are highlighting 4 games on the cover: Flight Sim, Yakuza, Octopath Traveler, and Forza Horizon 4. That is probably pretty good. I think that's a good mix. Yeah, if they could, if they can get Final Fantasy VII Remake on there soon, that would be pretty good too. But I don't know how long. I mean, now we're looking at another 6 months exclusivity with the whole Final Fantasy VII thing. And how are you going to put an NVMe? Are you going to open the console on your own? Is that for me? Yeah, I'm gonna do it myself when they put it out, when they open the slot. Since I'm on the move a lot, I love my Switch. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Switch, but I don't like go out of my way to play it a lot. That's for sure. I mean, I did buy that Monster Hunter Rise for it, and I'm probably going to end up getting that Mario Rabbids 2 when it comes out. I'm definitely getting Breath of the Wild 2. So, I mean, yeah, there's some games coming out now and Metroid, that I'm actually excited to play on the Switch. So I will be looking into those a lot more, pretty recently. Yeah. It's going to be a Gen 4. Yeah, it's definitely a Gen 4. I bought the Samsung 980 Pro because it's got a read speed of 7,000 megabytes a second, and that is faster than what Mark Cerny said we would need. Also, opening your console doesn't void the warranty. Yeah, not anymore. They can't even put those kind of stickers on there anymore. It's under the side panel, but outside the chest is. Yeah, it's under this panel. You take that panel off, and then there's a little door thing you unscrew, and then you can put it in there. Okay, I still find it. Yeah, I wish it would have been something a little different. Didn't realize it was a Bloomberg report. Yeah, it was Bloomberg. That was where the report came from. How much you want to bet the SSD expansion is unlocked? It's going to have issues and brick people's consoles. I really hope not, dude. That's gonna freaking be irritating. If Sony can't get this, unless they force you to buy a specific Sony ones. Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty mad if they force me to buy something different than I already bought. And is it going to be Gen 4? Yeah, it is Gen 4. Might not be the Sony approved list for the SSDs. Meatloaf, I do not see Sony not letting Samsung in on this market. I think that would be really, really, really dumb, seeing as Samsung is one of the major distributors of NAND flash. I don't know, man. That would be really dumb. I don't think that's going to be a possibility. Samsung's NAND flash and memory card or SSDs are pretty highly rated. So I don't know, man. Like, there's a couple others out there that might be good, like a Western Digital or Seagate or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that I don't see them cutting Samsung out of this. That'd be pretty insane if they did. Hey, Punisher, they are taking bets in Vegas. I'm being in a 20% failure rate. Oh, damn. Yeah, Samsung is pretty freaking good. I mean, like I have complete faith, that Samsung is going to be available for it. Like this 980 Pro has a 7,000 down here, 7,000 megabyte read speed, and PlayStation 5 only needs 5,500. So, I mean, I think Samsung is more in bed with Microsoft. Yeah, when it comes to the TVs, Seagate's the one that makes the memory card thing for the Xbox, though. They're all Seagate. Oh shit, it's gonna fall. Yeah. Seagate 1 terabyte. So yeah, that's the memory card I got for that. Can you check if it has a bearding in PS5 for the expansion slot? A bearding? What's that? Oh, a heating sink? No, you know what? I actually bought a third-party heat sink for mine when I got this. Dang, I don't know where I put it though. It probably fell down somewhere. Yeah, I bought a third-party heatsink that will be able to fit in that slot with the SSD on it. So I just got to remember where I put it now. no. Oh man. Yeah, it's here somewhere. I did buy one, and it should fit in there. It looks like it's got a slot about half inch. Felix, Sony games are forcing customers to factory reset over and over already. I can't imagine what issues opening up SSD expansion availability is going to cause. Yeah, I haven't had to reset my PlayStation 5 yet in over 3 months because the NVMe will reach 60 degrees with a heat sink. Yeah, probably. There is no heat sink whatsoever in the PlayStation 5 as it sits. When you open that slot, all you could see the green board. So I definitely bought a heat sink for mine. I wish I knew where that freaking thing was so I could tell you what kind I got for it. Oh, I find it. It is it's the EK M2 NVMe heatsink. Gosh, down that damn light. Okay, I mean, there's no history of consoles overheating or anything. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about. I don't know, guys. I think it's gonna work out. I don't know. I mean, they got to be a little bit smart, right? I mean, they put out that really loud PlayStation 4 Pro that sounded like a jet plane when you were playing God of War. So I mean, I think they're pretty smart about what they're doing. I mean, they haven't let us down yet for the most part. Good thing I found this, man. It was freaking almost under my dresser. Oh, goodness. Got to move my boxes so everybody can see them. See that I'm a real gamer. I don't want anybody questioning my authority. Gosh. Can't believe people are that freaking... I mean, it's funny, like I got all of them, and then people are like, "Yo, you're an Xbox or whatever," I'm like, dude, no, I'm happier with Xbox's marketing right now. Like, it's pretty cool, actually. They've been doing a good job, They've been doing a good job. They've been keeping me pretty happy, man. I haven't got much to complain about when it comes to the Xbox, guys. Like, I'm pretty happy for the most part. Does the SSD and heat sink sit? Yes, it does. It does sit. It does sit pretty flush. It actually fits like perfect, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, I was actually pretty excited about that. Okay, let's see, guys. Let me make sure that I'm not missing out on some conversation. Well, it's their weird, edgy design of airflow. Guys, it does look like the airflow is going to go through that slot. So, I mean, as long as I got a heat sink on it, I think it'll dissipate. I think it'll move that heat, pretty well. I'm hoping. I think the PS5 uses SSD with no heat sink. Yeah, like there is no heat sink whatsoever in the PlayStation 5. I had to buy a third-party one to make sure that I had one. Even though I had Red Ring of Death on my 360, I had a PS3 that also had Yellow Light of Death on me. Dang, that's not good, bro. Not the original SSD inside the console is... Oh, no, the original SSD inside the console is soldered to the board, and I think I don't know if it's one of those memory chips or if it's one of the memory chips for, for the RAM. that actually is got a surface that's not getting, you know, cooled by the heat sink or that it's actually getting hot. I think it was a memory chip. I think it was a RAM, not an SSD, but a RAM on there that gets hotter than all the other ones. Not the original SSD. Okay, I think the PS5 is badly designed console. Um, yeah, I mean, only time is really going to tell, Meatloaf, if that is the case. So far, I haven't had any like major problems with it. It's been pretty good for me so far. Does the SSD and yeah, okay. I'm worried that the heatsink is gonna passive. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess like 3 Mile Island, how you doing, man? Xbox is so exciting because so far it's all been hype. Batman versus Superman was exciting until it actually released. So was Captain America Civil War, except they actually stuck the landing. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I completely get that. Uh, I am worried that the heat sink is going to be. I don't know what you mean by that, Azu. If you own both systems but haven't spent at least 700 on PS5 games, you're an Xbox. Oh, I've spent between my I don't know, man. I might be close to $700, dude. I might be, you know, I might be pretty close to that. It's melting the fancy liquid metal. Really? I haven't heard anything about that yet, Joe. I really haven't. But I haven't really played my PlayStation 5 all that much, but I haven't had any problems with it. That's the reason they put liquid metal inside, with just with just past it overheated. Well, with just paste it overheated. Yeah, paste. Yeah, I did watch one of those teardowns from that dude that fixes them and stuff, and he did try it with the paste versus the other one, and the paste was heating up a lot more. I haven't even reached that amount on PS4. Oh, I've blown way past the $700 on the PS4, man. Like way past that. Probably in the first 2 years. I mean, passive frog. I mean, no airflow on the heat sink, which means it depends on ambient temperature cooling. So if you kind of look at the way it's designed, like that memory card slot is like right here, and that fan is right up there in the top, and the way the case sits is it's pulling the air up through it, and it's almost like it goes right around in a circle like thing to vent as well. So I think it is venting because it vents right out the back of the PlayStation. It's bringing it in through the top, and the SSD slot is up there. The NVMe2 slot is up there closer to where the air is being brought in. Seems like Series X has better cooling. Could be wrong though. Yeah, the Series X is bringing the air up through the bottom and pushing it right out the top. So I do kind of feel like it is. I do feel like that is a pretty good exhaust, whereas the PlayStation is pushing the air right out the back of the console. So, yeah, I do think the bringing the air straight up is probably a little bit better about getting that heat away from everything. So, Gamers Nexus did a video showing the cooling differences between the Series X and PS5. Yeah. Not really, but it's more of a standard cooling. All right, Soulstar, you're not wrong. Gamers Nexus has a few videos on YouTube showing that. Yeah. I don't know if I've watched Gamers Nexus. Maybe I'll check it out. Series X just has smarter cooling, in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of feel like it is a little better, but I don't know. Like I haven't had a problem with either one of these consoles yet, and they both run, really, really quiet. The fact the PS5 is already on the verge of overheating, and the only thing stopping it is the liquid metal means it's a single point of failure. Yeah, The console is Chernobyl waiting to. Yeah, that might be the case, man. I don't know. The Series X heatsink is right over the CPU and RAM chips. Yeah, I do feel like Microsoft built one hell of a freaking machine, dude, and the whole aluminum freaking frame that all of that stuff sits on and airflow right through that. I do feel like the Xbox Series X is running pretty cool for the most part, guys. Like I mean, my PlayStation 5 does, I don't know, man. I mean, neither one of them feel like really hot to the touch, so I don't really know. Microsoft went first principles on their build. Sony went spaceship, I guess. that's pretty too. That's pretty. Frog Boy, do you know why on the PS5 hot air only goes out the back vents, but not the front vents? I think that's all on the top is like bringing the air in, I believe. I don't know. I'll have to watch one of those little vent videos, guys. Both consoles can cool fine, but PS5's design is a bit clunky. Series X is more like a 2U server cooling solution. Yeah. Heat naturally rises to the top. The designers of the Xbox Series X just capitalized on it further. That's very true, guys. Very true. I did see those vids. I should watch again. Yeah, that Series X card, the expansion card, does get a little warm, but it definitely has a heat sink on it. It has aluminum with copper in Xbox. Yeah, definitely both good at getting cooled down faster. I remember when the Nintendo Switches were melting. Oh yeah, huh? I totally forgot about that. Spend money, frog, and get water cooled PS5. Yeah, no, man. It's a $500 console, man. I'm not gonna spend $500 to cool it. If it breaks, I'll just buy a new one when I can get one. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Is there any downsides to liquid metal in PS5? I don't know. I thought liquid metal was supposed to be better. PS5 works with suctioning air. Yeah. Why does everyone think the PS5 is badly designed? The SSD slot unlock hasn't happened yet because no other SSD on the market has yet matched the PS5. That's not completely correct, 3 Mile. This Samsung SSD that I have right now is 7,000 megabytes read speed. It's definitely faster than what the PlayStation 5 is supposed to have. Like it's more than sufficient for what the PlayStation 5 has. PlayStation 5 was only 5.5, so as long as you go above that, then you should be fine. And it is a PCI M2 4.0, and that's what Mark Cerny said it needed to be, was a 4.0 that could hit speeds of 5.5 gigabytes a second of raw data. Tronics Fix made a video replacing the liquid metal with thermal paste, and within minutes it overheated and shut down every time. If that liquid metal leaks, it's done. I watched a video where they replaced it, and the guy just showed that the temperature was getting hotter. It didn't show it shut off, so I haven't seen that video that you're talking about, game. But I will definitely possibly look into it. Xbox pushes hot air. Yeah, it pushes it up. Definitely. Come on, thingy. The vapor chamber cooling on the chips also play a great part in the system cooling. Yeah. What's the right speed on the Samsung? The right speed on this one here is, I thought it was like 5. Let's see if the book is in here again. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Bring your game back.
Oh, you don't want to play it?
No, I played it. It was good.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, buddy. Okay, where's some English in here, fellas? Sorry, I'm trying to find where it says. I think it was 5,000 megabytes a second, if I remember correctly. I don't think the write matters as much as the read speed does, though. 3 mile, because it's only going to be able to write as fast as you can download your stuff from the internet. So I don't think that really. I think it's the read speed. The read speed is what's important on it. 7 on Samsung. Liquid metal isn't better. It's just more expensive, and it is the only solution that prevents overheating on the PlayStation 5. Liquid metal is a better conductor, but can cause short circuits. Yeah, I mean, if it goes everywhere. Highly corrosive too. No, yeah, not sure. FSR is going to be on Forspoken in 2022. Yeah, that Fidelity FX Super Resolution is going to be in a lot of games. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. That'd be pretty good if it touches aluminum. Western Digital Black has an NVMe that you can get bare or with a heat sink that is blazingly fast that should exceed what Sony is asking. Yeah, that one there is the exact same as the Samsung. It's like 7,000 megabytes, distinctive one. Felix, the first will be Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village, yeah. Thanks for checking the SSD speed. Oh, yeah, no problem, man. I bought this to put in my PlayStation 5. I bought this to put in my PlayStation 5, and I bought this heatsink to go on this when I put it in my PlayStation 5. I mean, the 7,000 megabyte, read speed is more than what we need. I do not think that write speed is as important as I don't think the write speed is as important, because you can only write as fast as your internet can download. So, I mean, I guess it could be like 300 megabytes a second, dude. You know what I mean? Or up to a gigabit a second or something, Liquid metal will eat through the circuit board. Yeah. Any circuit board, that is. That's a way they have. That's why they have that sponge protector around it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, I do, but I don't care if the PlayStation 5 is a bad design, because it's the product that it is. I mean, that's what they built. If they built this PlayStation 5 and it turns out to be a piece of crap, that's definitely going to make me a little less likely to buy the next one when it comes out. So, I mean, we can sit and kick this, liquid metal around all day, but in the end, I mean, if this PlayStation goes out on me and it's just past my warranty or whatever, then yeah, I'm going to be pretty freaking pissed about it. I mean, I do have insurance, if it does go out, but yeah, dude, that's going to suck if I have to get another one, because that makes me mad. But I went through 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, man. Like, I mean, the PlayStation 4 Pro, the first one I bought, lasted like 3 years. So, I mean, as long as it lasts me 3 years, guys, I'm I'm kind of okay with that for the most part, but I would love it to last longer. And that PlayStation 4 Pro that I had, kind of start giving me problems. I thought it was because my mother-in-law like pulled it off the shelf and it hit the ground pretty hard. So I thought it was because of that, but it was just the stupid software updates that they kept updating it that was making it unstable. So it still worked, but I just decided to get a new one so that I could play like all my games without having to worry about it, needing to. I just thought the hard drive was kind of screwed up because those were mechanical drives in those. Maybe the drives will need to be compatible with the PlayStation 5's custom controller and not just match read-write speed requirements. Yeah, that is definitely very true, 3 Mile. I am not suggesting that you go out and buy a Samsung 980 Pro by any means. Like, I bought it expecting it to work. If it doesn't, I'm going to put it in my laptop and call it a day. So I'm not telling you to buy one. I'm just saying that I jumped the gun and went and got one because I want to be ready and I want to have it right here when they unlock it. And I'm hoping that I don't see them cutting Samsung out of it by any means. I've seen some videos where the liquid metal was blowing out of the back of PS5s. It looked like glitter. What do you mean? Like blowing out the back of through the, like, that really sucks. Yeah, I wanted to see those videos. No, it's just the SSD inside. It is. Yeah, connected directly to the MB. Yeah, the motherboard. That thing is soldered on there. There ain't no way to that's once that goes out, it's done. It was the first batches of PS5s. Yeah, that might be this obviously I got mine 3 months after launch, so I know this wasn't one of the first ones. Do you think the culture has changed at Xbox? Whatever stopped them from releasing many AAA games over the last 5 years? I do believe that Microsoft has passed that. I do believe that they are still going to experiment and bring you games that might not meet that AAA budget that Sony first party does. But let's face it, dude, that's Sony's bread and butter. Like, they have to produce high quality AAA first party games. Like, they have to. That's the standard they set for themselves. That's the bar they have to meet. That's Sony. Xbox is a completely different ecosystem. And as long as the games that are put on Xbox are good and they have play value and they deliver a value to the fans, do I expect Xbox to meet Sony's level of visual quality? Like, no, I don't. I do, but I don't. I would love to see them start doing that. But when I saw the video for Forza Horizon 5, I'm pretty confident that Playground Games, at least Playground Games, is going to deliver a beautiful experience in Forza Horizon 5, and they're going to deliver a beautiful experience in Fable. So I do have faith in Playground Games. They are probably one of the better developers at Xbox. Let's see. Well, we got way far. They had to rebuild their whole image from ground zero. Yeah, they definitely had to do a lot to rebuild all that. Same as Sony during PS3. Yeah, PS3 really did kind of hurt Sony a little bit. Yes, now that Phil Spencer and Xbox has full support from Microsoft. Now, yeah, I do believe that we're going to see some pretty... I believe the competition is definitely going to be a lot closer than it ever has been before between Xbox and PlayStation. Game Pass was laughed in the beginning. Yeah, glitter dust. It was just light dusting. I wonder if maybe they just threw some dust on there to make it look like that, though. Too distinctive one. Soulstar, what do you mean by full support? It used to be 3 Mile that Microsoft, Xbox was more of a pet project, but now it's actually being integrated into everything Microsoft does, from the Xcloud, which is Azure, all the way through to Windows 11 now. Xbox is going to be integrated fully into everything. and looked at as more of a pillar of Xbox. They have the funding, dude. They just spent $7.5 billion to show you that, hey man, we're serious about Xbox. If that doesn't show you that they're serious, then I don't know. I mean, they Xbox has put itself in a situation to where they have to acquire more developers to feed Game Pass. That's where Xbox is at right now, and Microsoft is fully on board to supporting that. So I would expect pretty decent things to come out of Xbox this generation. Will they completely match Sony or blow Sony away? I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that Microsoft is pushing for that. I mean, of course they want to put out good content, but I don't think they're doing this to. I mean, yes, of course there is a competition, but I don't think they're looking at PlayStation now as their main competition as much as they are the digital space. You know what I mean? Like just, streaming, cloud content, everything. Xbox is more of is going like farther, whereas PlayStation is supporting PlayStation and dabbling in PC right now. Xbox is everywhere. Next model. Distinctive 170. That's absolutely terrifying. Yeah, it is terrifying. I think you also have to be careful not to let the liquid metal touch your skin. You have to be careful like it's mercury. I think it is mercury, to be completely honest, or something, pretty close to it. PS5 is going to be designed better. Yeah, that would be cool if they designed another one. Financial and Satya Nadella listens to Phil more than Steve Ballmer. Yeah, that's true. Like, it's going to be an interesting generation for sure, guys. That along with acquiring ZeniMax, yeah, it's going to be okay. Oh, dang. Let's see. I got way down here. Wow, you guys got a lot of freaking things. I'm trying to keep up with them. That along with acquiring Zen, it's okay to be. Oh, it did. E3 2021, Game Pass, all of the first-party acquisitions have definitely shown the culture has changed. Very caustic Punisher. Xbox budget was low then when Don Matrick was around. Very low. I mean, Gears 5 was actually great looking. They do have some games that look good, but they don't have a studio like Insomniac or Naughty Dog. Yeah, that's true right now. Right now, that is very true, Zed. If Sony can do AAA games, why can't Xbox? They should be able to do with the tech in the Xbox Series X should have the very best looking games. Otherwise, it is really more powerful than the PS5. So, in order to like, there is a lot that like that does make sense, like Xbox has put out a more powerful console. They should be able to develop better looking games and stuff. Xbox has always went more for performance. So if they're shooting for 60 frames a second on most games, then that's kind of you can kind of give them a little bit of leeway for the visuals and stuff. Ghosts of Cutscenia. Xbox was only a pet project for 2 decades. Yeah, basically. It was. They set up Xbox, but they told Xbox it had to support itself. And now Microsoft is actually putting funding in there. Very true. The same way they were blowing vape smoke in the back of their Series X's. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. They might just be throwing glitter on it just to get people all freaked out about it. Halo, Gears, and Forza are popular quality. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Halo, Gears, and Forza have always looked pretty good, man. And they've always had like an online multiplayer experience. So online automatically drops the visuals on every game. But Sony does focus on the graphics more than frame rates. Yeah. And every game on Sony that's got really beautiful graphics is 30 frames a second, man. I mean, now this generation, we're starting to see them also do 60 frames, but with lesser, lesser visuals. But Sony, if they're paying $7.5 billion to buy 8 studios, imagine how much it costs to operate 23. Yeah, that's exactly true. That's definitely pretty true. And we haven't really seen the fruits of the labor of any of those those we've yet to see the fruits of those labors yet too. You have to understand that Windows presentation contained Xbox presentation, which means a lot in the future. You're saying that Sony is doing what it does and MS is buying Bethesda? Yeah. Microsoft bought Bethesda, the same reason Sony is closing times exclusive. Yeah, exactly. If Microsoft is going for 3 billion gamers out there, won't that mean that they leave the hardcore fans behind like they did when they went after casual gamers with Kinect? I don't know if that's the case this time, 3 Mile. I think that it's going to be that they're going to continue to build for everybody. Have you checked out the new State of Decay update? It's a really cool game. So many updates. No, I haven't checked out the new State of Decay yet. I'm sorry. No Game Pass is the platform, and Xcloud is on the side. Yeah. I don't think you understand hardcore gamers are not in consoles. I've been meaning to play State of Decay, hardcore gamers. I believe Ninja Theory will be what Naughty Dog is to Sony. If they give, honestly, guys, if they give Xbox Studios the same type of $100 million funding that they give to PlayStation developers, yeah, we could definitely start seeing some stuff. But if Microsoft can make games that are almost as good with less budget, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, yeah, like this whole thing about Sony and their freaking first party games being like these like super high quality, like most outstanding games in the world. That's only true to an extent, man. That is only true to an extent. If they were the best freaking games ever on the planet, wouldn't all 110 million PlayStation 4 owners be buying a copy of each and every one of these games? That's kind of what I think, guys. Ninja Theory will need a lot of time to get to Naughty Dog Studio until the coalition. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't disagree that PlayStation 5 games or PlayStation games have always, set like a pretty high standard when it comes to visuals. Like that has been the case, and that is Sony's bread and butter and it's been that way for a long time. Xbox's bread and butter is more of the online ecosystem, and it has been that way for a long time. But with the way the market is changing, it's going to definitely I agree that too. Both studios. Okay, now there's more. Microsoft has more dev studios than Sony now. Too, they are too deep in Game Pass investment wise to quit now. That's very true. In a few years, Xbox is going to have Perfect Dark, Forza, Halo, Starfield, Elder Scrolls. Yeah, those are definitely all going to be coming out. Nobody said they were the best. They are best looking, but are nowhere near the best. Yeah, I mean, and people will definitely quit Game Pass if they screw it up. That's for sure. That's why Xbox is listening to their fans more now than ever because it's critical. Yeah, exactly. Like they do. Hey, what's up, book? Also, yeah. How you doing, man? I do believe that Xbox is listening to their fans a lot more now. I do. The stuff that they're doing is pretty freaking amazing. Akeem, what's up, my friend? Let's see what here. Seems like Xbox has lacked focus for a while. Halo Infinite's budget is reportedly 500 million plus. Why is it in still such a sketchy state? Money isn't the answer. Developer talent counts. Yeah, 3 Mile. Sony's. I'm not going to deny that Sony has pretty good developers at Naughty Dog and like in Insomniac and everything. Like nobody denies that whatsoever. It just means that Halo's. You got a completely different studio that did not create Halo at the helm, man. Like Bungie created Halo, so I mean it's either going to sink or swim with Halo Infinite. I mean that's all I can say. I've never really been a major Halo fan, so I don't really I'm not as invested in it as most people are. You know, I mean, if Halo dies, it dies. You know, if it succeeds, it succeeds. I don't know. I don't know where you want to go with that. You know, I mean, PlayStation does make some pretty beautiful games, but I mean, I have both consoles, 3 Mile. I play Sony games. I play Microsoft games. I usually beat my PlayStation games and I don't play them again. I usually play a lot more of the Xbox games a lot more. Like I get more value in time played on Xbox games than I do on Sony games sometimes. And sometimes I get decent value on Sony games. So like to me, I'm fine with that. That's what I expect and that's what I pay for. Do you think what did I say? Dang it. Hakeem, do you think Microsoft will introduce haptic feedback in the Phil Spencer did ask us about it, like if we wanted it. So I'm sure they might do something eventually. I mean, I have a PlayStation 5 and it's got haptic feedback and it has trigger support, and I feel like the triggers are garbage. Like for the most part, like I haven't played anything that they're really must have. Like they feel more gimmicky than anything. And then the haptic feedback, it completely depends on the developer. There's only like 3 games that I've actually felt the haptic feedback is actually worth the crap. So I don't know, dude. I'm still kind of on the fence on that. Felix, have you played Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice? They have that. They did that on a shoestring budget. Yeah, now they're gonna have a real budget. So let's see. I'm cautiously optimistic at what Xbox is going to bring to the table this generation, man. That's the best I can really say about it. I mean, we're gonna get whatever we're gonna get, and it's either gonna be good or completely bad, guys. Let's see. Halo is not out yet. You haven't seen the game yet. Come to think about it, how many game developers work at Microsoft now? 8,000 plus? Yeah, that's true. That number is fake. 3 Mile, if that's true, they'll make that back in the first 3 to 6 months. Halo is not out yet. Zed, 2 Game of the Years in the last 3 years, says they are some of the best. You know, 3 Mile, them doing those Game of the Year awards, like I personally felt Ghost of Tsushima was a far better game than The Last of Us 2. I got more play value out of it. I mean, The Last of Us 2 was more I don't know. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima was a much better game. Same for all other PS5 games. Just started again on Xcloud an hour ago. Game is absolutely gorgeous. Hard to believe it was an indie game. Yeah, that's true, man. I can't believe that was an indie game too. Nobody trusts fake awards. 3343 Industries has former Bungie developers. Please stop making shit up that these studios lack talent. Laughing my ass off. Did you really think The Last of Us 2 deserved a game? No, I don't think that game deserved it. The $500K budget for Halo was to build a new game engine. Yeah, I mean, they did build a whole new engine for that. I even played. I mean, guys, think about it, dude. Xbox owns freaking id Software now. Like, let that sink in, dude. They own id Software, a game engine that can run Doom Eternal at over 1,000 frames a second. Like, yeah, dude. Like, id Software is a pretty freaking amazing, piece of tech. I played the game, and I could say one thing: good graphics, bad gameplay. 500 mil, free to play guarantees. Halo will be around for another 10 years. Master Chief, yeah, exactly. It still sells like a lot of copies. They now have more than adequate studios. Quality is now paramount. Yeah, exactly. I want to see quality coming out of these studios, going forward. That is not an unrealistic expectation to be able to get quality games coming from Xbox, in the future. They definitely have the studios. They definitely have the manpower. Like, I want to see exactly what's coming now. People seem so happy with the Halo Infinite showing at E3 21, but surely they needed to actually replay the same gameplay sections from last July's showcase to show exactly what they improved. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Halo was Halo, man. I mean, as long as it freaking plays good, I don't really care what it. I mean, I do care what it looks like, but I don't really care what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like me personally, though, I was pretty happy with the way it was looking at first, and now it looks even better. So I don't know, man. Like I don't know what you want from 3 Mile. Like I'm not going to sit and defend Xbox or PlayStation. I don't really freaking care. I mean, I feel like Xbox. I feel like there's more hype, starting to generate around Xbox. That's why I did this tonight. But I'm not going to defend either one of these freaking consoles. They're both plastic boxes. I serve neither one of them. I do like both consoles for different reasons. So, I mean, if Halo sinks, Halo sinks. If it produces, it produces. That's literally all that matters. All of the studios that the Xbox has bought has definitely put them in a better position, and I really hope they start pulling off. Wait, I'm trying to understand. What are you saying about Halo, the single player campaign, or about the multiplayer? I think the Halo looks fine. I think it looks just fine. I'm eager to play it. I think it looks good. Obsidian, ZeniMax, In Exile, and Coalition, Double Fine, etc., have all historically made good games. If you don't like them, that's fine, but let's stop the narratives. Okay, 3 Mile, they're showing more campaign later this year. 343 is focusing on finishing the game. It's a great sign that the multiplayer looks a lot upgraded than last year's. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it looks pretty good, guys. I'm not disappointed with the visuals because we don't see the campaign at all. Yeah, oh man, why does it go all the way down to the bottom every time? Because we don't see the campaign at all. Ghost of Tsushima was nominated for Game of the Year with The Last of Us 2 in 2020, and so was Miles Morales. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Me personally, 3 Mile, I thought that Doom Eternal was just as good looking as anything else that year. I mean, I like Doom Eternal. I had a lot more fun with Doom Eternal than I had with The Last of Us 2 for sure. But I still think that Ghost of Tsushima would have been was better for me than Doom Eternal because that's the kind of game I normally play. But Doom Eternal was really freaking good. Miles Morales is not. Yeah, Miles Morales, dude. I thought it was fine, but it was super short, dude. That was a DLC. I don't consider that a full game. Though it's basically built on previous game. Yeah, exactly. It basically was built on the previous game. Ghost of Tsushima's was worth it more. Yeah. id are the greatest at tech. Yeah, dude, it is amazing. I can't believe Xbox owns id Software. But it was all done by Naughty, so it didn't win. Yeah. Yeah, they should be working on the campaign, but shouldn't they have done that already? They've had 11 months to improve it. Hey, 3 Mile, you really can't complain about Halo because both God of War and Gran Turismo 7 got pushed back to next year, and we might not even get Horizon Forbidden West, dude. So if they need more time, they need more time. And I mean, yeah, dude, I mean, like God of War got pushed back. It was supposed to come out this year. Gran Turismo 7 was supposed to come out this year. So, I mean, Sony's pushing stuff back too. And it's not like Sony's really produced anything that is a must-have console seller yet. I have every single one of them, and not one of those games are console sellers. I mean, Demon Souls is amazing, but Ratchet and Clank, really, I don't know if anybody's gonna go out to buy a PlayStation 5 for Ratchet and Clank. The only thing that PlayStation might be putting out this year, Horizon Zero Dawn, that is a system seller game for sure. Ratchet and Clank, I don't know, man. Like, maybe not. I don't really think it is. Returnal, definitely not a freaking system seller. I mean, they already dropped that game to $50. Already dropped it to $49.99. Exactly what I said that game was worth. Like, I love my PlayStation 5 3 Mile, but gosh, dude, like there's no reason to really go out of our ways to like prop up either one of these guys. I'm just saying in this show tonight that, like, for me, I'm a lot more excited for Xbox for the most part, but like as soon as the games for PlayStation 5 start dropping that I like and want to play, that could change, you know, that could definitely change a lot of things in the way I'm feeling about it. COVID happened. Yeah, and COVID has really taken a lot on these games. I don't see you saying anything about God of War or Horizon. Yeah, exactly. Both of those have gotten pushed back. Horizon will possibly still come out this year, but no, they learned their lesson in 2020. Let the haters scrutinize the textures and pop in and launch. Because they are delayed. 3 Mile is definitely a pony. I don't think he's a pony's Ed. I just think I think he, you know, I mean he's a good dude, man. PlayStation. So you don't think it doesn't really matter if Halo Infinite flops? I do. I definitely do think it matters if Halo flops, dude. If Halo flops, that's going to be freaking bad. I'm not as invested in Halo as a lot of other people are. Like, I want to play it because I do think it looks good, but I'm not. I don't have a pony. I don't have a dog in this race, bro. I don't really care. I mean, I like both consoles, and I'm going to buy all of their games regardless. But he has to understand that Sony is not the best neither. Yeah, I don't think either console can. I mean, we're 7 months into this generation. Neither one of these consoles can claim the crown. It's just way too early. Neither one of them has shown us really anything that makes them worthy of being crowned the king. PlayStation does have the edge because it was the king of last generation, but yeah, neither one of them are worth propping up on our shoulders really right now. I mean, I just feel like Xbox is doing a lot more lately to respect my investment in their ecosystem. And that's a good thing, you know, and there's a lot more now that we've seen all of, you know, E3, what they've got coming out. There's a lot more to be hyped about right now than the PlayStation 5. That could change next month when PlayStation 5 does, if they do an event on July 8th, everything could change right then and there. It won't flop. Did you see the multiplayer? That's the longevity. Yeah, exactly. A lot more people play that for the multiplayer. Flop sales wise, Halo isn't designed to be a graphical showpiece. It's supposed to be a great split screen and co-op game. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's definitely a different type of game experience. Jim Harkin, I have both consoles. All I care about is having great games to play, and if Sony and Microsoft can push it other to make better games, then exactly. That's exactly where I'm at with that, Jim. Welcome to the show. Frog console war started here. I know we started a console war, guys. This is not what we wanted, man. Yep. No, it's all my fault, man, for talking good about Xbox. No, it's not even a console war, guys. Just come on, man. Some people like their freaking PlayStation. Some people like their Xbox, guys. That's just how it goes. Quit playing The Last of Us 2 after they killed Jill. Huh. Do you think Halo Infinite is really showing the 12 teraflops of the? Yeah, dude. If it's going to be running at 120 freaking frames a second, yeah, it's showing 12 teraflops of power. The Series X was the E3 2021 Halo showing running on a Series X or a PC. Probably a PC. To be honest, you know, I think it was running on a PC. Why are we even talking about Halo, man? Have you not seen Forza Horizon 5? Like, that game looks freaking amazing. Like, there's no doubt that thing is pushing 12 teraflops. Like, that thing looks way good. And that was running on the Xbox. They said it was running on the Xbox. So, yeah, man. I mean, I personally think Halo or Forza Horizon 5 looked better than The Last of Us Forbidden West. That open world on Forza Horizon 5 looked freaking amazing. But they don't push the developers you are talking about to publish. God of War Ragnarok had an awesome title screen. Really showed the power of the SSD. Oh man, that's kind of funny. Xbox Series X is better than PS5, but who cares? PC can shut you both down, and Xbox has a PC crowd with them. Yeah. Let's see. Xbox has bridged the gap with PC. I'm just interested to see how this Microsoft hype thing works. People are so excited about Xbox, but Starfield is a cinematic trailer. Forza is gorgeous and will be amazing, but Halo is coming in hot. Yeah, a lot of people. I'm not gonna deny that. A lot of people, are like Halo does have the possibility to disappoint. So does freaking Horizon Forbidden West and God of War and everything. Everything basically is coming in hot after COVID, man. So, Mr. Addy, how you doing, my friend? Xbox has bridged the gap with PS with some of their more consumer-friendly practices like Game Pass, etc. Sony currently feel less consumer-friendly roles have reversed this generation. Yeah, it's definitely feeling a little bit more um, it's definitely feeling a lot tighter. I think there's going to be better competition this generation than there was last. So I really don't. I still think it's too early to fanboy for either one of these consoles and crown either one because I think we're we're about to start seeing the new technology start to be used. Like let's give them a few more months. I'm just really excited about Xbox's marketing, guys. Like I am. I like the fact that they're keeping us in the loop and giving us stuff to be hyped about and to have stuff to look forward to. PlayStation has taken a quieter role. That's on them. They usually do pretty good when they do announce stuff. So I mean, it's just it's few and far between, guys. Even though the graphical update to Halo is startling, if the gameplay is lackluster, it's comparable to having the finest lady ever, but has but has bird brain. Just stand there and say nothing. Okay, yeah, that yeah, something. Most people would agree with this. Xbox doesn't force anybody to buy a console. Yeah, that's true. They don't. Island Halo had a 1 year delay. That's the opposite of hot. Yeah. I'm glad they bought Bethesda. Exactly. Damn, bro, my ass rings. Welcome to the show, Norm. I always love your sense of humor, my friend. Now I can relax. The Sony will never lock a game in their console again. Yeah. Oh boy. Starfield trailer is in-game engine. Yes, that is true. That's what they said. I like that new Forza Horizon 5. It looks freaking amazing. Why is everyone so bothered about a console war? It's not really a war, it's just a discussion. Why talk about Halo? Isn't this an Xbox discussion? Yeah, it is, definitely. I don't normally bring Halo up because, like I said, I'm not really the world's biggest Halo fan. So I don't know. Like, if we want to talk about Forza Horizon 5 and beauty and performance and everything, yeah, dude, I'm all in on that one. Halo, I'm basically going to pick it up just because I want to play it. And Todd has explained what to expect for the game. It's also, you can see the concept art. I'm not going to get hyped when I haven't seen gameplay, but it is understandable why Bethesda fans are hyped. Yeah, I definitely like the aesthetic of Starfield, especially with Todd is Skyrim in space and Han Solo Simulator. See, I like that. I do like that. I like the way that sounds. You want a discussion about it? Sony is an enemy to the consumer a lot. Exclusivity was always the enemy, but Microsoft is over that. Are you hyped for the new Ghost of Tsushima expansion that is rumored for? Yeah, dude, definitely. I am definitely hyped for that. I hope that's true. I hope that turns out to be true because I I hope that turns out to be true, and I hope it's coming with a PlayStation 5 expand or upgrade for the first game. Great show. Grabs popcorn. uh, God of War has been delayed too. Yes, it has. It's been delayed till next year, maybe even longer. Todd Howard always also says your choices matter more in Starfield than in Fallout 4. See, that's good. I like the fact that choices do matter. So it will be more RPG, like hopefully. Yeah. Rog, are you a racing simulator simp? Yes, I do. Oh, what do you mean by simp? For racing simulator? No, I like racing sims. Have my ass. I expected you to skip over the last one. Yeah, no. Horizon Forbidden West reveal made people say, wow, just like Forza Horizon 5. If Xbox had more games like that, then they'd have no problem. Halo's did not make people go, then it got delayed. Yeah. I, I mean, we're talking about Halo Infinite being made cross generation. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm glad that I'm personally glad that they decided, hey, you know what? These guys are right. Let's give the fans what they want. And they brought it back. No hard feelings. Oh, no hard feelings ever, man. I'm not that fragile, my friend. I had to unblock all the ponies on Twitter. Shit was getting really stale. Spice is good. Yeah, I don't know, man. Pause that hangs low to the car. Good one, Norm. Ghost of Ikishima. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I really hope that does happen, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get hyped about it like the Abandoned trailer coming to. Yeah, that got pushed back. That really sucks, man. Yeah, but don't forget that Horizon took a whole generation to come out. Yeah. Yeah, I do think Starfield. I think Starfield's going to be good. I like the aesthetic of it, so that's what I'm most excited about when it comes to that Starfield is the aesthetic of that game. I'm pretty looking forward to that. You got to talk to the enemy helps us learn exactly, man. If I had to pick my favorite PlayStation 4 game, I mean, there was a lot of good ones last generation. God of War was definitely. You know what, guys? I mean, honestly, like the first 3 years, 4 years of the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 really wasn't that great if you really think about it. Once the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, then things started getting a little better. But if you really think about it, guys, I mean, like, what do we have? Like, Order 1886, bro? I mean, it was all right, but yeah, dude. I mean, we didn't start getting any PlayStation 4 system sellers until the end of the generation, dude. Third party carried the first 4 years of the PlayStation 4 generation. And yeah, I don't know if Dying Light 2 hype. Yeah, a little bit, not too much because it's so far out. I start getting a little more hyped when they get a lot closer. Um, I had a PS console. I'm just pissed that I will have to buy a console for just 3 games. Yeah, that does suck, man. Why don't gamers expect less, not more from Todd Howard? Isn't he a bit of a shyster? No, not really. I mean, Todd Howard's delivered some of the freaking most memorable games in the fantasy world, bro. I mean, he's done a pretty good job. I mean, this last generation of games for everybody wasn't really up to par. Everybody wanted to tighten budgets and rein in stuff. So hopefully that hopefully that stops. They were carried by Knack. Yeah, exactly. Knack and Knack too, bro. I mean, like Sony had a whole lot of whoppers last generation too, man. I'm not gonna put them on a pedestal. There's a reason that 3 Mile Island. There's a reason why I buy all my games on Xbox. Now, like I'll buy all my third party games on Xbox. That's because of Sony, man. Sony did that. Sony is the one that created the path for me to buy all my games on Xbox now. They're the ones that put out an underpowered PS4 Pro when I bought a 4K TV and wanted to see something. They could have just as easily put out, a 6 teraflop PS4 Pro. They chose not to do that. I mean, yeah, it was $100 cheaper, but it failed to deliver that overall experience that I wanted for my third-party games, where Microsoft swooped in and saved the day and made that experience better for me. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Sony's reluctance to really push the boundaries of console design is what hurt them with me as a longtime PlayStation fan. Yeah, they tried something new with Fallout 76 3 Mile. I'm grateful that they did that. It gave us a. I do want developers to take a more of a. I'll be right back, guys. I do want developers to take more chances on building games and stop making everything so safe. And that's basically what they did with Fallout 76. It was made to be an open space, but I mean, now that they've went through and fixed Fallout 76 and brought in a lot of stuff, it's definitely a more it's more equivalent to a Fallout experience than it was when it launched. I mean, I'm not going to defend it when it launched. That was crap, yeah, but I mean, they've spent the years digitally. I mean, Fallout 76 is still being worked on, bro. Anthem, no more. Anthem flopped. They didn't fix it, and 76 is reaping the rewards of actually going through and fixing that game. There's a bit of a cash grab. It's not really innovation, in my opinion. To a certain extent, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of games that come out and they're, there's a lot of games that come out and they can be classified as a cash. Every game that comes out can be classified as a cash grab, especially if they're a cookie cutter safe experience, man. That's the definition of a cash grab. The quality should be night and day now that they only have to concern themselves with one OS, minimizing bugs and multi. Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see some pretty good stuff from Bethesda. I mean, that what was that one? Redfall or whatever. Redfall. That looks freaking pretty cool, man. That looks good. That looks really high quality, to tell you the truth. I mean, 3 Mile, we're definitely going to see we're going to see some pretty good stuff, and we're going to actually start to see there be like a little bit of a gap, starting to come in between, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. I'm really hoping that both of these guys can deliver, man. Like I want them both to be able to deliver the experiences that that they said that they promised us, man. Either way, it's going to look better than last generation. Yeah, exactly, man. See, PS4 started off rough last generation. Xbox started off stronger. You know what I mean? Xbox brought way more content at the launch, and PlayStation now the roles are kind of reversed. PlayStation 5 is led with exclusives and content, and Xbox this time, took the longer approach, which hopefully pays off in the end. Yeah. Sony made some pretty good games toward the end of the generation. That's for sure, man. Yeah.
How much longer are you going to be live?
How much longer? Why?
Because I have to open Lighten. So I gotta go to bed.
Why do you have to open late?
Because I don't have a manager.
Really?
Yeah, Tiffany just dropped me off the key.
No. Okay, guys, I have to call it tonight. Mama's got to go to work tomorrow, and I need to get off so she can go to bed. So I will jump on in the morning. Sorry, guys. So why didn't they keep the great momentum going with the Xbox One? Yeah, dude. Things got a little more. They basically were losing sales on the consoles, and there was that brief moment where they were actually talking about just canceling Xbox, but then they came out, and decided to fully support it. So hopefully things get better. No. All right. We'll see you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys coming tonight. Sorry about the super late show tonight. We'll try to do something earlier tomorrow. Okay, guys? Really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody being nice to each other and not freaking out and stuff. That's really cool, man. That really makes me happy. You guys have a good night.